everyone. Today I'm going to read you the story Who Ate the Cake by Kate Leake. Bob was Freddie's dog. He was always getting into trouble, mostly for eating things that he shouldn't. Bad Bob, no biscuit. Freddie was Bob's boy. Freddie was often in trouble too, mostly because he liked collecting things. Not more things, Freddie! Every week, Freddie counted up his pocket money and bought lots of new things from his collector's weekly catalogue. So far, he had collected 15 toy cars, 11 comics, 7 cacti, 12 robots, 9 trains, 16 dinosaur bones, 5 ships in bottles, 3 aliens, 10 shark teeth, 8 cuckoo clocks, 4 pink ponies, 6 snow globes, and a handful of creepy crawlies. Bob loved Freddie's collection. It gave him plenty of interesting things to chew, especially the dinosaur bones. Mum and Dad were less happy. Freddie, they said, there must be no more things. But that very afternoon, another huge box arrived. Freddie had ordered so many things from his collector's weekly catalogue that he earned a mystery free box. Squawk! Bob sniffed the box suspiciously. It smelt sort of fishy. We'd better not tell Mum and Dad about this, said Freddie. Then he lifted the lid and out popped a pelican. Freddie was thrilled. But Bob didn't like the pelican. It was big, it was flappy. Squawk! And its beak was wide enough to gulp down a computer. Gulp. Gulp. Which is exactly what it did. When Freddie wasn't looking, no, barked Bob. Pesky pelican. Shh, said Freddie. Mum and Dad mustn't find out about him. And that was just the start of the chaos. First, Mum's knitting went missing. Grrr, growled Bob. Pesky pelican. Then it was Dad's daffodils. Huh? Gasped Bob. Pesky pelican. Then it was Gran's best tea set, plus some very posh pastries from Paris. Help, said Bob. Pesky pelican. Then it was all of Bob's favourite chewy toys. No, cried Bob. Pesky pelican. But did the pesky pelican get the blame? Of course not. Nobody knew about him. They all blamed Bob instead. My knitting, cried Mum. Bad Bob, no biscuit. My daffodils, groaned Dad. Bad Bob, no biscuit. My tea set, squeaked Gran. Bad Bob, no biscuit. My chewy toys, howled Bob. Sad Bob, more biscuits. But nobody understood him. Bob decided that Pesky Pelican was nothing but big, bad, beaky trouble. But the next day was Freddie's birthday. Bob was determined to be on his best behaviour. That way, he might get a piece of Freddie's big birthday cake. The cake had been baking all morning and it smelled scrumptious. Bob tiptoed into the kitchen to have another good sniff before tea time. But it was too late. With one big beaky gulp, the pelican ate the cake. There was nothing left but one teeny tiny cherry. No! howled Bob. Pesky pelican! He chased that pesky pelican all around the kitchen, but the pelican was too fast and flappy for him. Pans clattered, plates smashed, spoons scattered, food splashed, and everyone came running in to see what the commotion was. "My kitchen!" shrieked Mum. "My cake!" said Freddie. "Bad Bob!" shouted everyone. "Look at this mess!" There was custard on the windows, plates on the floor, jam on the ceiling, and a pelican on the fridge. "Good gracious!" said Mum. "There's a pelican on the fridge." "I told you so," barked Bob. "Oops," said Freddie. It took a long time to unpack the pelican's beak. Inside, they found one entire big birthday cake, minus one tiny teeny cherry, Gran's tea set, and some very soggy pastries from Paris, Dad's daffodils, something that had once been Mum's knitting, all of Bob's Chewy's toys, and a whole lot of other things that hadn't even noticed were missing. "Poor Bob," cried everyone. All those days of no biscuit, and he'd not been a bad Bob at all. "Bob needs a treat," said Dad. "What would you like for tea, Bob?" "Sausages!" barked Bob. And, for once, everyone understood him perfectly. Bob ate a lot of sausages, while Mum and Dad stuffed that peckish pelican's beak full of juicy fish, and Gran and Freddie baked another cake. After all the fuss, it had turned into Freddie's best birthday ever, especially when there was a knock at the door. And another mystery gift arrived.